Chosen ones, let us explore what these gifts are, how they manifest, and what they truly mean for those who possess them. Are you ready to uncover the secrets behind these special talents and understand how they influence the spiritual journey of the chosen? Then keep watching, and meanwhile, share your own experiences with spiritual gifts in the comments. If you think this video could help someone, share it with them, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Spiritual gifts are unique abilities that transcend the ordinary and connect directly to a spiritual or divine dimension. Unlike natural talents, which anyone can develop, such as playing an instrument or being a good communicator, spiritual gifts are bestowed almost mysteriously, as if they are a divine blessing. They serve a higher purpose, often tied to a spiritual mission or the benefit of those around them. When recognized and embraced, these gifts are seen as signs of a deeper connection to something beyond the material world. They have the power to significantly impact lives, offering benefits not only to the one who possesses them but also to others in transformative ways. But how can we simply define these gifts? Essentially, they are talents or capabilities that cannot be explained merely by logic or learning. They originate from a higher source and provide a channel between the individual and the divine, making them unique and precious. These gifts go beyond the visible and tangible. They are subtle, often quiet, yet profoundly powerful. They are not merely skills that can be trained or developed by anyone. Instead, they are spiritual manifestations that reveal themselves at specific moments in life and, for many, serve as proof that there is more to existence than what meets the eye. These spiritual gifts are both a blessing and a responsibility. They require the chosen one to use them wisely, with compassion and pure intention, as they hold the power to transform lives and illuminate the paths of those around them. The concept of being chosen is closely tied to these gifts. Being chosen is not just about receiving these abilities but also about fulfilling a unique role in the divine plan. Those who possess such gifts are often viewed as individuals with a special mission, something that goes beyond ordinary human experience. They are seen as people entrusted with the responsibility of enlightening others, spreading spiritual knowledge, and guiding those who have not yet awakened to their own spiritual journey. In this context, spiritual gifts act as a form of validation from the universe, a clear sign that the individual is aligned with a greater purpose. Imagine the universe as a grand tapestry, where each thread holds its importance. The chosen ones are those threads placed in strategic positions to create deeper, more complex designs. Their gifts are the tools that enable them to fulfill this mission. This connection between being chosen and possessing spiritual gifts also carries a sense of duty. The gift is not merely a treasure to be admired but a tool to be used for the collective good. For many, the realization that their gifts serve a specific purpose in the grander scheme can bring both a sense of purpose and a weight of responsibility. Ultimately, recognizing oneself as chosen means accepting the mission to transform others' lives through these gifts. People who possess spiritual gifts often feel they cannot simply ignore them. It is as though, from the moment they become aware of these talents, there is an internal force compelling them to use them for good. This drive defines the connection between being chosen and having spiritual gifts. It is not something that can be refused or ignored, as it brings internal consequences. There is a kind of calling that drives them to follow the spiritual path. Furthermore, spiritual gifts are often perceived as proof that the chosen one is in harmony with the energies of the universe. This alignment with the divine manifests in various ways, such as heightened intuition, signs and synchronicities that seem to guide their actions, and a constant sense of being protected or led by something greater. For many chosen ones, these gifts also serve as a direct means of communication with the spiritual realm. Through these talents, they feel capable of understanding truths that remain hidden to most people. These gifts act as a lens through which they perceive the world more clearly, discerning the hidden connections between the physical and the spiritual. For instance, those with the gift of healing may feel a deep connection to the vital energy flowing through all living things. They can sense when this energy is out of balance and, often, through their presence or touch, help restore harmony. Others with the gift of spiritual vision or clairvoyance can see beyond the surface, perceiving what lies beneath appearances, as though they have access to secret knowledge that the universe only reveals to those who are ready to receive it. This direct link between the gifts and being chosen can also be viewed as a continuous cycle. The more a person accepts and develops their gifts, the more aligned they feel with their purpose, and the clearer and stronger these gifts become. The development of spiritual gifts is, therefore, a journey that unfolds throughout the chosen one's life. Interestingly, while these gifts may come naturally to the chosen, they do not manifest fully from the start. Often, they emerge gradually as the individual becomes more aware of their spiritual role. This gradual awakening allows the chosen to adapt to their purpose and understand the depth of what has been entrusted to them. Over time, these gifts become an integral part of who they are, shaping their actions, choices, and worldview. When discussing the spiritual gifts that accompany the chosen ones, it is important to understand that these talents vary from person to person. However, certain gifts are more commonly manifested among those with this special connection to the divine. These gifts act as keys, unlocking a deeper understanding of the world and the spiritual, allowing the chosen to navigate life with an expanded perspective and unique sensitivity. Let's explore some of the most common spiritual gifts among the chosen, starting with intuition, which is often the first sign that someone is connected to something greater. Intuition is frequently described as a feeling of knowing something without logical or rational explanation. For the chosen, this intuition manifests much more intensely. It goes beyond a mere hunch. It is as if the chosen one has access to information hidden from ordinary sight, receiving subtle signals from the universe that guide their decisions and perceptions. Among the chosen ones, there are those who possess an extremely rare and powerful gift, the ability to communicate directly with the divine. This communication can manifest in various ways, from prayers and deep meditations to visions, revelations, and even direct dialogues with spiritual beings or angels. These individuals are, in a way, intermediaries between the spiritual and physical worlds. They receive clear messages that can guide not only their own lives but also help direct others. For many, this communication occurs during moments of stillness, such as prayer or meditation, when they can access a higher state of consciousness and receive answers to their deepest questions. These messages are not always immediate or explicit, but they are felt clearly and accurately, like direct guidance from the universe. They may appear as signs, images, or even physical sensations. The chosen one might be warned about future events, receive guidance for themselves or others, or even be called to a specific spiritual mission. The important thing is that these communications are not imaginary. They are real and deeply impactful experiences that alter the course of their lives. Another common spiritual gift among the chosen is clairvoyance, the ability to see beyond what the physical eyes can perceive. Clairvoyance allows the chosen to access information that is hidden or beyond the reach of ordinary senses. It can manifest as visions of the future, the past, or spiritual dimensions inaccessible to most people. These glimpses of the invisible are often symbolic, requiring the chosen to interpret what they see. Over time, many develop an intuitive understanding of the messages they receive, becoming able to use them to guide their decisions. Clarity, on the other hand, is the ability to know things without any logical explanation. Unlike clairvoyance, which involves seeing, clarity is a deep and unshakable knowing. The chosen simply knows what is happening or will happen, without a vision or clear evidence. This ability can be extremely helpful in decision-making situations, as it brings an unwavering certainty about the right path to follow. Recognizing your own spiritual gifts can be a profoundly transformative but also challenging journey. Often, these gifts manifest subtly and may go unnoticed or be mistaken for common abilities. However, if you feel there is something within you that connects you uniquely to the spiritual, the unseen, or even the emotions of those around you, it could be a clear sign that you possess spiritual gifts. Here are some tips and practices that can help you identify and develop these gifts. One of the simplest ways to begin recognizing your spiritual gifts is by observing your intuition. In many cases, spiritual gifts manifest as a sense of knowing something without logical explanation. This might appear as a sudden perception that something will happen or internal guidance about the path to follow, even when external circumstances don't indicate it. Ask yourself, how often have you had this feeling of knowing what was coming? If you frequently sense that something is about to happen and it comes true, your intuition may be revealing itself as one of your spiritual gifts. Dreams can be a powerful bridge between the spiritual and physical worlds. Often, spiritual gifts manifest through dreams or symbolic visions. If you have vivid dreams full of messages or see repeated patterns, it could be the universe trying to communicate with you. Write down your dreams as soon as you wake up. Over time, you might notice recurring themes or messages that bring clarity to your life situations. The same goes for visions or intuitive flashes that occur when you are awake. These moments are signs that your spiritual sensitivity is manifesting and that you can tap into information from the spiritual plane. Spiritual gifts often become more evident when we take time for self-reflection. Set aside a moment each day to connect with yourself and your essence. Meditation, reflective writing, or even moments of silence can help you deepen your understanding of your spiritual gifts. By allowing yourself to connect with your inner truth, your gifts have more space to manifest clearly and naturally. Meditation is a fundamental tool for those who wish to discover and develop their spiritual gifts. In a state of mental quietness, the spiritual becomes clearer and more accessible. During meditation, focus on your breath or an imagined point of light. Let your mind relax and observe the thoughts and sensations that arise. These practices can reveal gifts such as clairvoyance, empathy, or even communication with the divine. Synchronicities are those coincidences that seem to be more than mere chance. They are signs that you are aligned with the flow of the universe. If you begin noticing repeated synchronicities, such as specific numbers, meeting unexpected people, or hearing the same message from different sources, it could indicate that your spiritual gifts are awakening. If you feel your gifts are revealing themselves but are unsure how to interpret or develop them, seeking spiritual guidance can be an excellent way to gain clarity. This guidance can come from spiritual mentors, guides, or even people with experience with similar gifts. The discovery of your spiritual gifts is a personal journey, and everyone has their own timing. Don't worry if your gifts don't manifest immediately or clearly. With patience, reflection, and practice, it is possible to develop and enhance these gifts while using them responsibly and meaningfully. While the spiritual journey of the chosen is filled with challenges, it is also a profoundly transformative experience. Spiritual gifts offer a unique opportunity for growth, healing, and connection with the divine. Balancing these gifts with self-care and understanding is essential. With practice and dedication, these abilities can become a transformative force, bringing light and purpose to both your life and the lives of others.